Okay, y'all, we're getting ready to go to Facebook Live. Let me go ahead and hit the broadcast button. Oops, there we go. We get ready to send it to Facebook, baby. Here on JCBW TV. Boy, I screamed my throat out on a podcast. I'm not going to do much talking this morning, because we're going to Facebook. We're just gaming anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I should be going live here. We're not playing Christine this morning, we're going to be playing Jill. This is copyright-free music provided by Stomp's Playlist, Lo-Fi, In the Sunlight, copyright-free, low hip-hop and chill music. 2023. Sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good, baby. It sounds like something I want to talk like a DJ to. It's got a nice little rhythm to it. We'll get this thing started here in just a bit on JCBWTV, baby. Just got to set up the PlayStation, Xbox. He's on PlayStation. I am going to turn on my Xbox before I switch over, though, so it'll take me just a second. I forgot to tweak one setting, and I'm going to fix it so I won't have to deal with it next time I go on. So we'll get started real soon. Oh, let me share this to my... Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about anything I can't talk about on Facebook. Been there, done that. Okay, I'm just about ready. I hadn't turned the consoles on yet, but I was sharing my post. I wanted to say this. I will post this at YouTube and Rumble and YouTube. Right now, it's streaming only to Facebook, and I'm capturing it as well. There probably won't be no more off-capture commentary, but that's okay anyway. I think between the podcast and I pretty much talked out. We'll probably be mostly just playing right now, which is a good thing. That's taking a break from that junk, taking a breath. Like that, you need to do that every once in a while. You need to take a breath in life. This world to get us down. That music sounds so nice, y'all. Makes me just want to talk like a DJ. Okay, I'm going to be right back. So like I said, it's going to be Jelp instead of Christine. I'm ready to get me a Mountain Dew, and then I'm going to be ready to start. I never drank my Mountain Dew for tonight, so. I believe today is Wednesday, and I hope you have a great Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, March 8th, 2023. Can't believe we're already going into spring. It's spring again. Oh, everybody knows it's spring again. To the people in the world around, it is the time to fall in love. I always wanted to be a DJ, y'all. That would have probably been one of my professions if I'd had the health. I don't think I could have set the hours. Of course, today everything's robotic anyway. Those days are almost over where you have DJs, but when I was a kid, it was still around. That's what I would have liked to have been too, a DJ. I actually did it for years, about an hour a day, an hour and a half for Rock and Roll 100 when I'd stream it to my radio. I was basically just playing CDs. But I would tape little segments and I'd play my little segment. While the songs were playing, I would put it in the tape player, play my little segment over the FM radio like I was a radio station. Sort of like the Duck is now, so they don't do the segments. I really should start doing the segments. I'm thinking, you know, you can do that with the curated playlist, though. I'm thinking about doing that with the curated playlist. Pretty soon, I'm planning to add segments with that thing. I've done a little bit of that. Where I'll put that Rock and Roll 100 behind me, and I'll tape a little segment. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, this is a rare morning like I would do in the old days. Like when I was younger. We'll see how long it lasts. It may last 15 minutes. It may last an hour. We'll see. Or till I get tired or I can't see anymore. I'm telling you, I used to play from anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4. Then I'd probably lay down and rest some, and I'd get back up and play a little bit before breakfast. This is sort of like my old days when I'm still up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Sometimes I do that. Not often. A lot of times I quit about 3 or 4. Something's ready to install. Dang it. It's got a damn update. What about that? Hold on. Let's find out how to install it. Let me switch back to the screen. We'll be right back in just a bit. I hate updates. I miss the days when you didn't have to put up with that. I really do. I miss those days. Okay, let me mute. Okay, it's doing. Yeah, I like the new consoles too. I like the new looks and the new fancy looks. I just don't like having to wait on all the updates. I just didn't feel like going to bed this morning. I didn't feel sleepy. So I'll stay up till I feel sleepy. Have some energy. Well, if you listened to my podcast this morning, you know I had that energy. I think it's about ready. Okay, let's get ready. Let me kill the studio. It's still doing. It's still doing. Sometimes I'm full of energy and sometimes I'm dead of energy. This morning's one of them times where I'm rare, in rare mode. And we're back on the PlayStation. What's that game? That red thing. What is that? He looks like a devil or something. I got update the controller as well. Here we go. I need to check my Xbox and make sure it don't need any updates. It was acting weird the other day. Boy, I let it go a long time without updating it. it got where the trigger would not work at all. And when I would push the pedal to the metal on GTA, it wouldn't drive. Well, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to see what this game is.
Bad news, I'm down.
Business is my pleasure. Bon voyage.
Get up and fight, my brother.
Imperial Guy. Imperial Guard. I was just curious what it was. That red dude caught my eye. 620. $620. Heists. Wonder if we can take a heist. Let's see if we can take a heist. I don't know if we can or not. We'll try it. I should have cleaned these glasses. Well, it is some chill music. I feel chilled. If I had my picture up, I would put the Cyberpunk Lounge behind me. Just sitting and chilling in the Cyberpunk Lounge. When and if I ever get a new TV stand, I'll probably kill the backgrounds eventually. Okay. Let me go into the options. Let's find a new session. I want to invite only. I don't want to get killed 100 times. Of course, I've noticed they don't body you quite as much when you're a man. Well, I must have ended the heist when I done that. That's okay. I couldn't enter in passive mode, so. Hal has left the car. Go to his garage in Vinewood to take the car for a test drive. Leave the garage. Okay, we're back in jail. Oh, let me, hold on just a second. I'm gonna change his clothes. Those glasses are kind of driving me insane. Let's see if we can get him home. I'll see if I can get him home. If I can, I'll switch. There's a bounty on his ass. There's a bounty on his ass. It says there's a car around the corner. Yeah, there's a car around the corner. I want to give a shout out to my friend Big J. He catches my streams a lot of times. He's more than just a viewer though. We chat sometimes. I don't always chat with him all the time. Sometimes I'll see him commenting, but I do appreciate. We chat sometimes. We haven't started a game. I need to see if we can do it again if he's wanting to. Of course, well, I won't, but we'll see if we can play that game together again sometime, if he still wants to. They're breaking out of prison. Oh God, I got knocked off the road. Jailbreak. But my favorite jailbreak song isn't the AC/DC one. There's this band called Thin Lizzy. Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in this town. Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak, so don't you be around. Tonight there's gonna be trouble. I'm gonna find myself in. Oh God. Yeah, I gotta clean that spot between that sun and it was shining, hitting right this spot on my glasses. It knocked me off the road. Yeah, that's my favorite jailbreak song. Let's get him out of here. He don't need to be here. He don't need to be in here. Oh, he's passing by the purple dinosaur again. That's the stop in the Pee-wee movie. Where's the truck? He's not alive anymore. God, that guy's driving too slow in his old big old ugly truck. That Jeep there had a nice color. I kind of like its color, but Jeff's tearing it on to pieces because he's slow drivers. He can't drive with them. I have to literally drag my freaking finger just to keep from hitting them. Let's get around them. I can't drive 55! I don't even think they're driving 55. I think they're going 35. I'm not for speeding, y'all, but I don't want to go too slow either. I don't recommend speeding. I'm in a video game. What chill music, I like that. It's got a good peaceful feeling to it. It's what we need in today's world, filled with anxieties. But you can also turn to the Lord for that as well. Pray to Him. Well, it don't hurt to turn on some good music. Kick back and relax every once in a while. Play a video game. I don't know which way I'm going now. I think I'm going away from the city. Hold on. I'm trying to get him home. Ah. Is these some stores up here? I can't get him out of. Oh my God, I got him stuck. I'll just have to find him another vehicle. I'll probably never get him home. Let's see. This is the we're back to the purple dinosaur. We're back to Barney. I don't know if there's going to be a vehicle around us. Is that what I think it is? Can he ride that? Is that what I think it is? Can he ride it? He can't ride it? That's not fair. Let's see if we can get in it from the other end. Why can't he ride it? That's not fair. Well, he'll just have to go out on the highway. Let me get him a Coke. He wants a Pepsi, but right now all he's going to get is a Coke. An E-Cola. All he wants is a Pepsi, but he's getting an E-Cola. Now there's a camper going by. You know, one of my favorite scenes was out of the Friday the 13th series. Y'all remember the dude with the tore up? You've seen the sixth one, I believe it's the sixth one. Him and his girl steals the camper. He's got cut off jeans and he's got a Keanu Reeves theme going. He's got torn up jeans and he steals the RV. That's always one of my favorite scenes. The man behind the mask. I'm a teenage Frankenstein.
What the hell was that?
I was back where he started. Bum 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 bum. He's back where he started. He's no sooner closer to home than he was. Railroad! Over the railroad and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. And I changed it just a bit. Oh no, he's going back towards it. He's going towards the mission. Oh! I didn't hit the phone bug. Thank you, Jesus. He's going towards the mission, y'all. We gotta go back the other way. I better just change out because I ain't gonna get there if I don't. Over the railroad into the woods to grandmother's house we go. I actually used that for a Thanksgiving feast 2012. That music. Thanksgiving feast 2012. The second JCBW event there was, I believe. Yeah, it was. Because we started out with Hallows Hill. And then the next one was Christmas something. I forgot what I called the Christmas one. Christmas Rumble? Christmas Rumble. It's Christmas Rumble. That's what I called it, Christmas Rumble. I did Christmas Rumble for about 2 or 3 years. Thanksgiving Feast for 2 or 3 years, and I canceled those. I think I canceled them in 14. I don't think I did them in 15. There was this one year, 2014, I had an event for every holiday, every month. One of them was Easter Redemption or something like that. Resurrection Sunday, that was it. Because, you know, Easter's not really anything to do with Christianity. The eggs and all that, that's not really, people does it, but it's not really Christian. It's really pagan. He just got $2,000. And I might call it Resurrection Sunday. I don't remember. I have to go look. I got the videos up somewhere, so I'll have to look them up. I had an event for every month that year. I don't do that much anymore. I quit doing that. I still have Hallows Hell. There's nothing hollow about hell, by the way. Nothing. That was just Dark Coven Master's thing. See, it was Dark Coven Master's gimmick. He was sort of satanic. But now people are learning that he wasn't really satanic all along. He was really just working for Vince McMahon. I've had that planned all along, y'all. Back to when Bozawood shot him with the flare gun in 2003. Which I'm playing right now, Mr. Bozawood. We're back in the city. Now I'm going to try to stay in the city. I just got to figure out which way I need to go to get him home. You know, he's got 2 homes, I think. I think I'm going wrong. I'm going wrong. We got to turn around. I go this way. He's got the one with that big round thing in the center. Then he's got the one Christine has. Unless I traded the one that he had that was with Christine. I don't remember. My storyline is he's written that from Christine. I mean, she's written that from him. That's it. I twisted it around. So she works for him. She's written that from him. Oh, it's the Capitol Records. There's a picture of Dave Mustaine and them. What's his name was showing it the other day. Outside that building. There's a phone booth. Dave Ellison. David Ellison.
Check out the new limeys. It's great.
He shared the picture the other day. Welcome to I Touch a Spot. I take some time to show you around. Impossible to break these walls. I'll tell you, that guy that's singing for Kings of Thrash, I was listening on that Train of Consequences. He may not be Dave Mustaine, but boy, he can sing them songs. Oh, oh, oh. You looking bad, ugly, motherfucker. That's some plastic surgery right there. Yeah, he still got it. Christine rents this from him. That's the story. He's still got it, though. I can't get him up here, dang it. I hate when I can't get him to climb. He's supposed to put on some Patek clothes. When he got up to 14, I took him to the strip club. That's something Jeff would never do, by the way. Only in GTA is he like that. Indeed, he would be like the Holy Rollers. He didn't rock and roll. He didn't dance. And then one day I made him take up with that goth girl. And I changed him a little bit there. And then he went back to normal. We're talking about the early 2000s, 2004, when I did the goth girl storyline. Ended up writing a song about it as well. So that's my creative brain. I'm creative like that. I'm not the best, but I'm just creative. He's one of these straight people. Straight edge, straight. He'd been like a holy, but he wasn't Christian. He was kind of like a secular suit. He was a stiff suit. Let's put him that way. He was a suit. Let's go put him in the suit. Let me find the suit. He's got one somewhere. He was a suit. Here we are. Yeah, he was a suit. Now, he would wear colors like red in the storylines. When I draw him on CD covers and stuff, he would wear red, brown, purple. He wasn't ever gray, but he was a suit. His grandfather's gray. That's the reason he ain't gray, because his grandfather's gray. But he was a suit like his grandfather, but he wore his hair long. The real Bozawood was a suit in the beginning until I started changing his character up. I really made him go biz-ad in this thing. I made Jeff have a life that he wouldn't do. You know, I don't know if I've ever made him do this before. We're going to do something different with him. I'm not going to do that to my Jeff. No. He's not touching that stuff. No. Jeff's not touching it. He's not touching it. He's not going there. He's not going there, ladies and gentlemen. He's my lifelong character. He was that army man. He was that spaceman. You know them little generic spacemen and army men? He was always in the toys. He was chasing Tila and She-Ra and He-Man. He chased Jim and them, whatever they would call it. He was the toy box. He was the toy. He liked women. But he's not touching that. He's not doing that. And now he's got the cops on his ass. We got him a new look. He's not touching that stuff. One time I did a gaming session where I told all the ladies in this past. See, I didn't have a little brother, so sometimes me and my sister, we would play toys together. She had those Jim, and I was playing with my toys. And he'd chase the Jim dolls. He was always that figure, that generic figure. He liked the ladies. Oh, God, I crashed him. But one thing he's not doing, he's not going there. He doesn't do drugs. He might have become a criminal. He ain't doing the drugs. Not my lifelong character. Not Jeff. I eventually started writing songs about him and putting him in video games. When I put him in video games, first time I ever made him Bozawood was Mayhem. Which one? No, it wasn't Mayhem. It was the Backstage Assault. That's when he first started being Bozawood. I dressed him up like Hogan, but I made him red and yellow and blue, turquoise, instead of black and white. He was the NWO Hogan, but he was red, yellow, and turquoise. Go to the San Solastros Customs. Which one is that? Is that the one he goes to all the time?
Where are the cars I requested? I tell you where. Still not stolen. Work, please.
Is that the one he goes to all the time? Or is it another one? We'll take it there. We'll see what goes on. I don't even remember where I'm at now. I'll have to see a landmark. If I see landmarks, I know where I'm at. Who was all the women that I went through that for? Lori's his first wife. When you see my character, Lori, she was his first wife. She dates back to back then too. She was a generic as well. She was a generic figure. Anybody in his life were generic figures. Usually army men. But he was right along with the Star Wars men and all that. He was there. He was always that imaginary toy. You know, G.I. Joe was doing a toy like that one time, where you could have it made who you wanted. I never did get enough points to get him. You had to have so many points, then you still had to pay for him. I never did get the points that I needed to have that figure made, but I was going to have him made as a G.I. Joe. Well, now I've made him as a Lego. See, I didn't really think of Legos. Our parents didn't buy us Legos. So I didn't think of Legos back when I was a kid. I finally built Boza with his die, his action figure. It's a Lego action figure, but he's got one. Lori was his first wife. Let's see who was next. Holly was his girlfriend at one time. She was just his girlfriend. He actually just went to school with Holly. She was kind of a friend, but he went to school with her. He dated her, but Lori was his first wife. The one I've got into the fallout. The blind. She was his wife as when he got married. And his parents forced him to marry her, by the way. He was of a rich family, you know, his grandfather. She was Holly was probably his real girl back then. But they forced him away from Holly. And they made him marry Lori. And then he eventually got away from Lori. Started chasing other women. She-Ra, he had a thing for her. He-Man's sister. She-Ra. Oh, Teela, he chased her one time. A redhead. Miss Teela. People knows He-Man, you know what I'm talking about. Miss Teela. He loved Teela. He used to love one of the gentlemen. I don't remember who it was. Might have been Jim herself. I don't remember. Anyway. Boy, he had a thing going. He's always been sort of a ladies' man, but yet he acted like he was so straight, and he really was a ladies' man. He just he hid that one. He tried to hide it, but it didn't hide. Cause boy, he's got more wives than anybody in the JCVW. Let's see. He's got Sophia now, which is his current wife. We got something going on here that we don't know what's going on because I haven't thought about it. He's got some kind of connection with Christine. I hadn't figured out that connection yet. I guess we'll let that story develop just like Christine developed. We'll let that develop in JCVW. But if it does turn out to be a relationship, I guess you can say he's got a thing for another redhead. Like he did for Teela all them years ago. That's funny. Talking about all that bullshit. Bullshit life. Fake lives. That's funny. He's knocked this top up. That's funny too. Talking about bullshit. Talk about talking bullshit. Talking about a fake character who doesn't exist, who's been around forever. I first created him in 1983, so he's 40 years old. Jeff has turned 40. In the storyline, he's 50. Something. A few years over 50. Couple years, maybe. In his long life storyline that went from toy boxes to songs. I mean, album covers first. He was really just karaoke. On my covers, I'd draw little covers. He was the guy on the karaoke covers. The karaoke CD covers and tape covers. So he went from there and he jumped into the video games. And now he's one of my streaming characters. So he's got a lifelong journey. A toy that become a video game character. He's got his own story on. He's been around for 40 years. Let's see where this character develops with this Christine thing, though. That's funny. Because I don't know. I haven't thought about his connection with her. He's just connected with her. But you know, if I ever get to make my game, and I probably won't, because I've got the first half made. I mean, not like a half, like I got the start made. I've got to start. I've got a little video game I'm working on. I've got their characters made. That would probably be the best place to tell the story. It's that little video game I'm working on. I think I will. I think I'm going to focus in on Jeff and Christine. We'll see where they go. Where do we go? Where do we go? Because he's a married man. He ain't supposed to be with Christine. But we could see whether it turns into a friendship or whatever it happens. Or an enemyship. Maybe they hate each other and they start competing with each other. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. We'll take them wherever it goes. Where do we go now? Where do we go? Go now. Where do we go? Not doing too good today with that. Sweet child. Talking about a redhead singing the words of a redhead. Mr. Axl Rose. He's a redhead, you know. You know, I love this brother. His brother was in the Use Your Illusion, Stuart. He had a band of his own in the 90s. I never did actually get their music. I never could find it. I didn't know if it was ever anywhere. Oh, he's getting shot at in the hood. He's getting shot at in the hood, y'all. Okay, let's get out of the hood. He's a white guy. He don't belong in the hood. It probably don't go good for a white guy in the hood. There's a house for sale in the hood. Should I buy it? Okay, let's see. Let's get him out of here. I've tore that car all to hell, y'all. I'll probably never ask because it takes too much time. I mean, you got to go and you got to create the scenes, and then you got to type the words to go with the scenes, and then you got to test it and make sure it's working. And if you make them move to another room, you got to see if that works. I'll probably never get it finished. I bet I never get it finished, y'all. Time that I don't have because I'm too busy playing other people's video games. Of course, I even use theirs as tools to develop my story. As you see, that's what I do here. I've done that for years. But it'd be neat to actually create my own. I've been doing that for years, using the creative tools to tell my story. Using the creative tools to tell my story. You're going to have to get a new car. Let's see if we can hijack one off the highway. Wow, look at yours. Look at yours. Is he a boy? He screamed like a girl. He was a boy, but he screamed like a girl. He was a boy, but he screamed like a girl. He was a boy, but he screamed. You know that song about girls who do boys, who do boys? That's what I was saying. Who likes girls? Oh, he's got the police on his butt again. Poor Jeff just can't get a break with the police. He gets police on him more than Christine does. And Christine's a career criminal. He's the lawyer turned criminal. The lawyer. That's what he was. He was a lawyer. He was a lawyer. He was a lawyer. Mr. Savage likes to do that, like that lawyer thing. Lawyer. He was a lawyer, the New York talk. He was a suit. He was a stealth suit too. He didn't dance and he didn't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Jeff didn't rock and roll. Maybe we need to fix that song. Maybe we'd have made make him rock and roll. Maybe we need to change Jeff's persona a little bit. Whoa, he's going everywhere. This really has been a chill stream. Whoa! Thunder. 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 Thundercats. Oh! A little bit of Emmett Brown. Boy, he's tore this new car up. There's some idiot outside thinking he's a drag racer. I cussed him all day yesterday, but I didn't go to the worst side, so it was still a success. Boy, they were horrible yesterday. I downloaded an hour and a half of it on my footage. Horrible. If I played it back for you, massive, terrible. Absolutely terrible. An hour and a half was just one part of it. It went on all day. It went on till I fell asleep. I did manage to cuss them, but I didn't do anything bad, so I'm going to take it as a success. In other words, I didn't start wishing them to crash. Like that. I didn't start wishing them to something bad happen. So it was a success. It was a success. I repented of that. Oh, he died. He died. We'll have to start him over again. It was a success. I might have cussed and threw a few mother elfers and whatever else I throw up. My mama said, he's already doing it again. I said, no, I'm not. I hadn't went there. That's okay. I just need out of the big city is all. I can't handle city life. There I used to make fun of the country bumpkins. Where'd you come from, country bumpkin? Now I want to be a country bumpkin. I want to be out in the middle of nowhere where I don't have to put up with anybody. You know, that's a little depot there he goes to when he's got to get back to the mission. I want to be out in the middle of nowhere. I wouldn't mind having a trailer out in the middle of nowhere. As long as I didn't have to put up with stupid people. Stupid people. Dumbasses. But I'd be in trouble because I'm disabled. How would I get my food and stuff? Because if you live far out, you gotta think about all that stuff. Oh, it's one of these old ugly vehicles. We're not gonna get that. Although that's what you need if you had a big family. Oh, no, that's nice. We're getting this one. Now, this thing could get you killed, and I actually, indeed, here was my response to this. Okay, there was these 4 girls. I kid you not, I'd been getting this thing with Christine. And I don't know how many times I got killed as Christine. I finally figured out how to drive them. But in the old days, if you put your foot down on that gas pedal, it'll start, and you get it too fast. This is the very car they was driving. It will start spinning out of place with these four girls. I kid you not. It's one night when we come home from Turnbuckle. We came home and there was a pile up, and there's a car on the side of the road. And I told my mama, "Whoa, that's the car I always get killed in GTA." And then we read in the paper. We didn't know what went on. A few days later, they posted in the paper. Poor, pitiful teenagers got killed in this thing. Poor girls. And it's because they didn't know how to drive it. You see, I figured it out eventually. I figured out that if you don't push the pedal too far, it won't. But if you push that pedal in and you don't drive it just right, it will spin out of control. I kid you not. And these video game cars, a lot of times they're how they drive. I've noticed they're kind of realistic. So when I read those poor girls got killed here in Dalton, they all four got killed. They perished. We rode by the car. And that's the first thing I screamed out. I said, whoever had this wreck, they had that car that always get killed in GTA. That's what I screamed out. I kid you not. I'm telling you, when I first started playing the game, and anytime I'd get this car right here, well, I'd spin out of control and get killed. Immediately. It'd be... I've done it many a times up until I finally got it and was able to drive it. Shit! They drive like maniacs all the time around here. They do. They're doing it right now this morning. I bet if I turned on that camera, I'd see it. I can already hear it. It's already started at 7 a.m. in the morning. The madness of Dalton, Georgia. The madness of Dalton, Georgia has already started. I'm already hearing it. I'm even hearing it over Jeff's car. Of course, I'm listening to it through a little speaker, so I mean that's imaginable. The TV would be a little louder. I don't play at the TV anymore. I can see it if I look over there. I just don't play at the TV. I play at my computer screen now. I'm sort of like a PC gamer without being a PC gamer. I'm a PC gamer on the consoles. In other words, I don't download any PC games, but I'm playing through the PC. It's coming through my PC. I capture it through the PC, and that's how I see it when I'm playing it. If I got hit there. See, I can sort of drive it now, but back in the old days, I couldn't drive it. I'd spin everywhere. I got killed every freaking time, and I thought, those poor little girls. See, I already knew their fate because it's happened to me in a video game, but it wasn't. You see, in a video game, you get to walk away. You get to live another day. You don't get that in real life. These people today don't think about that. You get to walk away. I found one of these. We'll see how you get in. I might change its color, son. Let's change its color, son, if it'll let me. Sometimes it don't always let you. Yeah, it's gonna let me. Let's change its color. Let's make it something that Jelf would drive. Let's make it something that Jelf would drive.
There, that looks better.
You guys got a different sound than the normal guy. I saw those highlights. Okay, there we go. Let's see what we want to do with the stripe. Let's go back to red. Because when he had a car in Gran Turismo, now this wasn't it. This wasn't the car he had. He had a purple car with red tires. It was a Jaguar. He had if I could show it with my mouse, and I can't, but it'd be the rims. The tires are red. All the way back to the first PlayStation. Okay, did he buy it? He didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. I forgot to buy it. Let's go back to the real. Dancing in the moonlight. Yeah, that'd be Jel's taste. I wish I could get it to his garage without tearing it up, but it'll probably tore up by the time he gets it to the garage. Because I drive terrible on this game. Boy, that's pretty. That's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I'll have it tore up. Dancing in the moonlight. Now I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Boy, that's a beauty. Hear the boys. I miss our bird. We had a bird. I hear the boys. That's a beauty there. Okay, let's see. Which way am I going? We need to get back to the R. Oh, God, no, please. He'll end up tearing it up before I even get him there. Let's just get back on this road. We'll get back on this road and then we'll get out of here. I always hate the industrial areas. I hate Dalton's industrial areas. They're so nasty looking. But you know they're that way in this game too. They're nasty looking. Dingy. Grungy. I like grunge music, but I don't like grunge scenery. Oh my God. No, he's going to hit me. That bastard's going to hit me. I got in the wrong lane. He's going to hit me. That little dipshit. He was trying to hit me. Now, that's what Christine does, by the way. She's a mean bitch. What that little bastard tried to do. Let's see if we can get around him. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I gotta try to remember how to get back to that little dinjo out in the middle of nowhere. He's going back towards the place, ain't he? I think he's going back towards his home. Let's see, which way is he going? Is he going back towards the city? Yeah, he's going back towards home. So we're going to have to get back around. Okay. I think that's Michael's car. I believe that's Michael's car. I've got it wrong. I was thinking of the Fusion. Yeah, I got the wrong car, y'all. Sorry. I'm kind of getting... It was the fusion that I have that problem with. That I would get killed in, and that's what them girls... And it looked just like it. And I kid you not, I stowed one that was freaking just like it. In this video game. Because I remembered seeing the fusion on its back tail. And I thought, whoa, that's the car I always get killed in. This is Michael's car. I finally identified it as Michael. You know, I got this spot in my glasses. When I seen it up close and the camera panned in on it, I noticed that it's like Michael's car. Which there is one of them in one of the Halloweens, by the way, Halloween 5. It's black. And Michael actually steals it. He tricks that girl into thinking that it's hers. I mean, her boyfriend. But it's really him. God. So we can get around this trash. I still ain't going right, y'all. I'll probably just lose this car. I wished I remembered. He's got another garage somewhere. I just don't remember where his garage is at. You know, that's how I talk, though. You know how they get cussed in this game? And I didn't get it for this game. I was already doing it. I get tickled when I hear it, though, because that's how I cuss people. I cuss them just like how these people in the game cuss. You piece of shit. My favorite is the sea sucker, by the way. That's my favorite to scream at them. You know, you'll sometimes hear that in this game. Okay, let's see. I know I got to repent of that. I got to. I keep putting that off. He has got me to the other point, so I'm not being mean anymore. So that one, there's a win there.
Hello, darling. How are you?
That sounded like a sex line. Oh, I'm not never going to get there, y'all.
I've been dying to talk to you. God, I was stuck on Haywick Avenue yesterday.
I don't even know if I'm going right. I got to find the interstate. Getting back to the woods. I mean the dirt. It ain't really woods. It's palm trees and dirt. It's some little dingy water hole.
Hey, it's me.
There's a liquor store there, though. Liquor store. Beer. Beer. Money. Bom, 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 bom. Oh, we going right now. I recognize. Oh, fool, you better recognize. I recognize now. We getting there. I just don't remember which way I need to turn. Is it here? Oh, fool, you better recognize. I recognize now. I hope I'm going right. I may have got off track. Oh, God, no. Please don't let it hit. I bet I've gotten off track. We'll find out. Because it's not exactly where I thought I was going. Gotta be careful because we on there'll be on the other side over there. Oh, I'm gonna hit the blue car. Christine likes to get blue cars. God, they're driving so freaking slow. I'm feeling like my father when he used to cuss. When he grit his teeth, grab his steering wheel. I'm going back towards the airport. No. Damn it. See if we can get out of this mess. I gotta get over there. I gotta get over there. I'm gonna get killed. Let's go over here. Now we get out of this mess. Here we go. We're getting out of this now, maybe. I don't want to go to freaking airport. Well, I shouldn't even have painted him in this car because he's too far away. So far away from me. It's so far, I just can't see. And you're so far away from me. You're so far from me. It's so far away from me. Can he go that way? I guess he can't. That bitch is going to hit him. It's so far away from me. It's so far. I just can't see. What? Oh, God. I just hit the wall thanks to these bums. These mooks and bums. Thanks to these mooks and bums. Got that from Savage. Mooks and bums. I always try to give him his credit if I say something to his because he don't like it if he steals stuff. So I always give him his credit. I don't blame him. He's got a bunch of wannabes who want to rip him off. I'm just naturally like this, but he's got a lot of people who want to just rip him off. They're jealous of him. Jealousy's an ugly thing, ladies and gentlemen. Ugly. They jealous of Dr. Savage. They made fun of him, but they didn't mind stealing from him. Here he is, an 80-year-old man. He's still kicking butt. God, I messed it up. He's still kicking butt at 80. They banned him here in this freaking town. Bragged it off to me, too. The guy at the paper really bragged it off to me. He told me that Savage is a dangerous man. We got him off the radio. Paraphrase. Quick terms. It was bigger than that. It was a big old email. He used to be on our local radio station. Oh, him and some other people that he didn't name worked to get him off the radio. And he bragged it. He used to tell my mama she was a white supremacist and stuff on the telephone. But he didn't like me either. He'd argue with me in emails. And he bragged that he got Savage off. Well, I bragged when he was gone. He eventually went back to Texas. He originally came from Texas, and he went back to Texas. He was a schmuck. He was a schmuck. He thought it was funny he took Savage off the radio here. And you know what I told him? I said, that's okay. I listened to him from KNW. That's where I listened to him back then. Back when he was on KNW. Well, I'm going to give up, y'all. I'm not going to get there. I keep going down these rabbit trails. And now I've gotten into this. I'm having to refrain myself from saying it. Crapo. Crapo. I love these people that they can't contend with you, so they try to silence you. You know, that's a real weakness. Really, at the end of the day, you think you're hurting us, but we're really just laughing at you. Because you're freaking weak. You're freaking weak. You can't contend with anybody but you. That's not a strong person. A strong person says, well, I can support your right to feel that way, but that's not how I see things. That's a strong person. That shows weakness and cowardice when you can't face what somebody else has got to say. It's cowardly. When you feel you got to silence your opposition. Weak men do things like that. Weak women. Because we do have women in high places now today. It ain't like the early 1900s when Hitler and them were around. And everybody was men. You got to contend with women too. They like being nannies. Them Karens. Got to contend with the Karens. Got to contend with the Karens. The big Karens. The mean-faced Karens. Looks like something's on me. I don't see anything. I'm probably getting tired. I'm probably going to have to get off. But I enjoyed, and I will post this elsewhere. I didn't ever get to take the mission tonight. Boy, I had fun. Chill music. I see that R. Wonder how I get there. Let's drive around a little more. I am tired. I could get off, but I'm going to see if I can get there. I got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Watch your bandit run. Yeah, it shows weakness when you have to try to silence other people just because you disagree with them. It's weakness. It's weak. I'm confident enough in my beliefs that I don't care what anybody else thinks. And I could be wrong. I just don't care. If I'm wrong, I'll eventually get to it eventually. I'm smart enough that I figured that out. I'm smart enough that I figured that out. I never understand why people have such a fit about what other people think to begin with. I don't never see why that's such a big... I'm always too worried about what I want to worry about everybody else. That's why if I ever heard a preacher up preaching something like that, I'd tell him hell no. Because me, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm too busy seeing what's in front of me to worry about what's going on around me. Just saying. But it ain't no testament to my spirituality. I just caught up in my own life. And that's how most people. And they're not deliberately ignoring those people. And they're not deliberately being mean to them. And they're not deliberately ignoring them. They just don't see them. They're too busy seeing what's going on in their own lives to worry about what's going on around them. You know what? You could use some other examples in the Bible too, Mr. Paul. He walked up to them, told them, get up and walk. Get up and eat, make a living. If you can't earn a living, you shouldn't eat, stuff like that. Now I know he was talking about able-bodied people. He wasn't talking about He wasn't talking about sick people. He healed sick people. But even then, he took a tough stance, and he was the guy that was called to preach to the Christians. He didn't walk around pitying them. He said, I ain't got no money, but I'll heal you. That's my terms. That's my translation. That's what he pretty much said. There's a garage here. He could buy it. I'm not going to buy a dope crap out there in the middle of nowhere that I'll never be back. Hell, I might as well not even have the car. Boy, that rain's coming down. Most of them are just caught up in their own lives and they're too busy to see what's going on around them. Sometimes their families pass them by. And you know, Billy Ray sung a song about that called, what was it? Busy Man. It's a guy who's working and his family's growing up around him. You don't even realize it because he's too busy. He's too busy. A lot of us get caught up in that. That don't mean you're just ignoring the homeless. I love the way these narrow-minded people see things. The only narrow mind you want, or the only narrow road you want is the narrow road of Christ. You don't want to be narrow-minded. Even Jesus always challenged them. He'd tell them, "Get behind me, Satan." You think that was nice? There we go. There it was, but not being nice. He was calling them Satan. He wasn't being nice. He didn't call him some old ugly word. He didn't sin like me and call him some ugly word. But he called him Satan. Okay, let's see. Let's get out of here. How do I get to that R? You know, usually though, when that finger's pointing, there's usually a guilt inside that they're feeling. Just saying. Like they even try to shame Christians for wanting a little bit of prosperity for being a Christian. They try to shame that too, by the way. And you know what? If you look at all the people that God was involved in, none of them were poor, and none of them were bums, and none of them were but Jesus. He's the one who chose that life. And he chose that life so he could set you free. Yeah. Yeah, you don't like hearing that. People don't like hearing it. He was poor so you could be rich. He took the burden so you could be free. That's the truth. Those are all the words he used to speak. Now, he also spoke on ignoring people and being mean to people. And he did that too. He did a little bit of that. He said if you pretty much don't visit the sick and all that, you pretty much didn't visit me. But he ain't gonna hold that against you if it's not possible for you to do that. He's not gonna look down on somebody. But that's the way they spin the word to tear down others. That's what I'm talking about. He wasn't tearing nobody down. He was basically talking to certain individuals. You want to be honest? He was talking to Judases. Ones that just wanted money. Ones that just was around for the money. You see, there's a thing. There's people that followed Jesus because they believed in what he was saying. But then you had the Judases that was there for the money. Wanted the money. Those were who he was talking to. He wasn't talking to your regular churchgoer. I'm telling you that story that I was reading. If those people had their minds on getting to church, the last thing they were thinking about, they were going to worship God. The last thing they was thinking about was a preacher laying out to pretend to be a bum. Know what I'm saying? They were going to worship the Lord. That's just as important as giving money. Worshiping the Lord is just as important. You want to do all those things. You want to do them all. You want to take care of the Lord's house. You want to worship. You want to give honor to him. You want to sing praises to him. You want to pray to him. You got to do all those things. And then you'll have those certain individuals out here that will gravitate to one thing to try to berate and bring down every other Christian when they might be on a different path than you. God may not be taking them to the same place he's taking you. And they're out here. They're all over. Well, you didn't feed the hungry. Well, there's more important than feeding the hungry. Saving souls is more than feeding the hungry. If you feed hungry, you can feed people into hell. But leading people to Jesus, now that's more important than feeding the hungry. And he wasn't doing too good of a leading to Jesus. He was running them from Jesus. If that had been a real story. And it may not be. You never know. Some of this stuff is BS. But it made me think either way. It opened up the conversation. See, I don't even ever look at Christians and think that way. Now, if I see you doing things that I think you probably shouldn't be doing, I'll probably question whether you're a Christian, right? Like, say if you're an Illuminati member and you're calling yourself a Christian and you supporting all kinds of havoc and things that God wouldn't support, I'm going to question that. Now, if you're doing it and you're repentant about it and you're thinking, I shouldn't be doing this, but you're still doing it, but yet you're trying, I'll give you a little bit of pass there. But if you're somebody and you're saying you love God, but at the same time you're working for globalism and I can't talk this stuff because that's podcast talk. You're supporting all that stuff, I'm going to question your Christianity. Because you can go all the way back to Genesis and it tells you he didn't want that. If he didn't want it in Genesis, he ain't wanting it in Revelations. Which is where we're heading. The Bible is about to be finished. Whether people agree with that or not, it's coming to a head. The book started with Genesis and we're fixing to get to the end of the Revelations. Those days are here. They're not coming, they're here. We're in them. It just ain't that we're in the birth pain. We're in the birth pains is where we're at. We are in the birth pains. The birth pains. That's where we're at. We're right down dang smack into the middle of that birth baby. That baby's birthing. It's coming. It's kicking. It's kicking. It's getting ready to be born. And when it's born, hell breaks loose. When that baby's born, it's a demon. It's an alien. That baby's an alien. That baby is an alien from space. But it ain't really a baby from space. It's really a baby from hell. It's really a demon. But it's going to pretend to be a space alien, probably. Most likely. Most likely it will pretend to be a space alien. Because they've been working on that deception for a long time. That baby's been born, y'all. It's about to rear its big ugly gray head with eyes. Black eyes. That baby is being born and it's kicking hard. And the book of Revelations has been written. Right in your eyes. Been coming to life. Marks are coming up. Merging with machines is coming up. That means that's why you can't be saved. And I'd always question that. I think, well, Lord, you forgive everybody. That's my brain. You know me, I was always questioning everything. Why can't they just get forgiveness from taking the mark? That'd be my thoughts. Well, he pretty much answered that. They're no longer human. If you become a machine, ain't no going back from that, ladies and gentlemen. You're a machine. You're no longer a human. And they could have strapped it, like here, Jeff, I can make him think whatever he wants to think. I can sit here right now and I can make Jeff do whatever he wants to do and think whatever he wants to think. And it's my control. Well, they can do you that way if you're a machine. Where right now I can sit here and say F you and F that. Which ain't good, but I can do it. And I don't agree with that. But now if I'm a machine, I don't agree with that. Shh, I agree with it. Yeah, I agree. What was I thinking a while ago? They can do that in real time. What was I thinking? Oh, never mind. Go back to normal. You can walk up to it and you become a machine. Just imagine this. And your brain does think. It may be you might get a little bit of yourself in there. But then you walk up there and you make the wrong decision. Wrong decision. What was I doing? Never mind. You just go on. You drive on. But yet if you're in there and you're a man, you can think for yourself. If you ain't been programmed to not think for yourself. That's why they hate America, ladies and gentlemen. It was supposed to be the place where you could think. The place where you had the right to question things. The place where you had the right to say no or yes. Yes or no. If you want all that stuff, you should have the right to do it. I'm an old-fashioned liberal. But if you don't want it, you ought to be able to say no, and you ought to not have no consequences for that. There should be no, you shouldn't lose your job. You should not be able to feed your family. Just for making a different decision from everybody else. Like say a Muslim, a Jew, a Christian, a non-believer, the atheist, the satanic people, Satan worshippers. We should all be able to go out here and get a job and have a job. No matter what we believe in. We should be able to feed our families. You could be you could dress up like Satan every day and what do you think he looks like? And actually kiss his butt. You should be able to work. I mean, you could literally just want to be Satan. Satan's wannabe. He wants to be Satan in every way. He loves Satan. He worships Satan. He wants to be more like Satan. Like people want to be more like Jesus. He wants to be more like Satan. But even he should be able to feed his family. And I'm just using Satan as an example. And you could use some other bad entities that I might not even want to mention. Everybody's picking on Kenya a few months back. So he disappeared. I'm glad he sort of disappeared because I kind of shut up about him. It was just getting where all we was here is Kenya and the H word. Kenya and the H name. But even if you say you do like those people, those dirty and disgusting entities and people that are not good, you should still be able to feed your family and eat. Whether people agree with that or not. And the old-fashioned liberal is going to stand up for that. Even though I say Satan sucks, Satan's a blight to society, and he's evil, and he's horrible, and he's the real problem. Everybody looks at Jesus and God says, "They're telling me what to do. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be told what to do." But he don't care you see, there's a reason he ain't telling you what to do. He don't like you anyway. He wants you dead. He wants you dead. You're not going to die because you're eternal. Even when you die, you're going to be eternal, and you're still going to be eternal in them flames. He wants you with him because he don't have a chance. He lost his. God didn't give him, and that's the reason he hates you. He hates you because he ain't got the chance that you have. He's got no chance. You know, Vince McMahon has that song. No chance. That's what you got. But that's Satan. But man has a chance. But man could get on his knees tomorrow. I don't think he's going to, because he's a badass man. But he could get on his knees and pray to Jesus, and then there's a chance. But now Satan, he's got no chance. That's what he's got. And he's going to burn. And he wants you to burn with him. He wants you to burn with him. My wheels. He didn't cuss, thank the Lord. Because I get tickled when they cuss. And I shouldn't really, because that's sinful. That's terrible. That's unchristlike. I'm just getting tired. I'm going to have to get off. Well, I painted him a car. It was all for a waste. It was a good car. The stream's coming to an end. Bye-bye, Jeff. I'll see y'all next time. I had some fun. Thank y'all. Thank anybody who watches this in the future, past, present, whenever. If you're watching it now, thank you there. Sorry I went off on religion. I'm like a car. I'm out there. I get on the highway and I start talking. Sometimes I have to rein myself in on these platforms. I don't think I said anything too bad right now. Most of the talk was anti-Satan, unless you get in trouble for that. And I don't know. You might be able to. But in a way, I was pro him too, because I think a man should have a right to worship whatever he wants. He might even be able to create him a God while worshiping. Like my little character there I created from kid. He's not my guide, but if I wanted him to be, I should have the right to do that. If I wanted to say he was my guide, I should be able to say he's my guide and not have to worry about listening to anybody else and them dictating whether I have a life or not. That'd be stupid. That'd be stupid. That'd be ignorant, stupid, because that's what God was talking about anyway. About having idols, engraving idols. He's talking about building yourself a guide. You should have the right to at least do it. You know, God allows you the right to do it. He tells you it's wrong and he's got a thing for that, but you should be able to choose it. Well, to an extent. I mean, and I draw lines on letting people be murderers and all that. It's bad stuff. But I mean, common little stuff like what you worship, who you worship, where you worship, how you dress, how you look, etc. To an extent, once again, you don't want people running around naked in broad daylight. Some people you wouldn't even want to see naked. Me included, I'm always clothed. I'm telling you, I don't even swim without a shirt. And I've done that since I was fat. I shirt myself up. Have some respect for the freaking public. Have some respect for yourself, for your public. But I'm just saying, I've covered my fat self ever since I've been fat. Unless you're doing it for some kind of gimmick or something. Now, I'm okay with that too. But, just saying. I mean, I'm not 100%. If it's done in a funny fashion, it's done for comedy, I'm for it. But, just saying. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to pretty much say there'd be some things you wouldn't want appropriate in public. But I'm an old-fashioned liberal when it comes to a whole lot of things, including the gay subject and all that stuff. I'm old-fashioned there. As far as people's choices are concerned. I just can't tell you other things. I can't go into that because it's streaming. But I can say that I can't support it that way, but I can support it as far as a right to make your own choices in life without somebody else telling it. First of all, I don't want nobody telling me what to do. That's one of the reasons why I'm an old-fashioned liberal. I don't want nobody telling me what to do, and I don't want to tell nobody else what to do. I want them to make their own choices for themselves. And that's where we'll end this stream today. Thank y'all for listening. I'm not nobody's nanny. I'm not nobody's Karen. I'm not nobody's dictator. Now, if you tread on me, I'm going to tell you off. Yep. That pretty much kills the feed for today. I'll see y'all next time. We're probably going to have a delay here. It'll go out. We'll go out with that music there that sounds so peaceful. I'll turn me off. I'll see y'all later. I'll post this other places as well.